guards. This just happened, guys, just in the last 20 to 30 minutes. People busted into this store, and look at all the damage they have done. You see t-shirts and skirts and racks all knocked over, glass all over here. Check it out. You see legs of mannequins just tossed about. When you look back in here, this glass is completely gone. Look at everything they were able to get away with. Yeah, Claire and Andre, I can hear you guys. Yeah, check it out. This fire is still going, and what you will not see out here are any firefighters. We have not seen any firefighters in the area. It took us quite a while to make our way out here. This used to be a Family Dollar. You see a couple of carts right here. You just see it's still smoldering, and then there's still flames shooting up on this side, and you still see smoke going into the air. And Claire and Andre, the only reason we are even here right now is because we were trying to get to another fire, and then there were roadblocks because of all this. So you see a University City fire truck. It looks like it might be about ready to leave. But since that just moved, if Nick can zoom in a little bit, you can really see the destruction of whatever that building right on the corner of this strip mall was. This was a Family Dollar. It is now completely gone. Nothing in this business can be salvaged. Something that made this particular fire even harder to fight is that the fire actually hit a gas line. They had to wait for the gas company to come out here, turn off all the gas, but it does look like the final fire crews are about ready to leave. This is a salon, busted out windows everywhere. Right next to it is a nail salon, busted out windows. Then you see a tax service that all the windows there are gone. And then on the very end, it's hard to tell what that business even was. There's also a laundromat that has been burnt, that the windows are smashed. We think on the end that is another salon, but it is still so hard to tell. They went to another store. They went to a shoe store. I'm surrounded by shoe boxes. I've seen a couple of Air Jordan shoe boxes, some Nikes on the ground. You see just hangers everywhere. And no, these guards didn't protect them because they were able to bust right through. And look at all the shoes that they were able to get away with. It looks like they went into that back room, able to get a lot of the inventory from there and rip it all out. And I did just wrap up a news conference with the Unified Command, and they tell me that still there's so much going on. Firefighters are not able to make their way out there. But as we go to the next business over, I want you to check this out. This is the O'Reilly Auto Parts. This is another store that had been looted. You see that the windows are broken out. You see a couple of things from inside now outside. You see all sorts of car things in there. The lights are on. We have not seen any of the owners. Busted glass everywhere. The only good thing, I guess, for this store is it was not set on fire.
Unincorporated North St. Louis County, Newhalls Ferry, just south of 270.
Sorry, Claire, one more time.
All right, Laura, you think you're okay? Okay.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
One more time.
You mentioned you were in unincorporated North St. Louis County. You're in the area of Newhalls Ferry, just south of 270. Can you give us an idea where that is in regards to where we've been seeing a lot of it going on in West Florissant and Ferguson?
We just passed West Florissant. We tried getting on West Florissant Avenue. Guys, we'll come back to you later, okay?
All right, Laura, we're going to check back in with you in just a bit.
And in fact, I am joined by Assistant Chief Fair with Ferguson Fire. Assistant Chief, this is the first time you and I have been able to talk. What can you tell us about what you have seen all night?
It's been a very long night.
Claire and Andre, we've actually moved since the last time we talked to you. We are in Ferguson. We are on North Florissant Road, very close to Airport Road, just about a mile away from the police department. And as Nick walks up, I want you to check out what is going on. There are several firefighters on from all over the place. They are going into this building. This is what was an antique store where it might have been the center of the universe last night. It is desolate right now. In fact, hardly anyone is out here. We're the only media that really remains. That is because there were peaceful protests this morning, and then they all pretty much left. Things have been very quiet. The Justice Center is shut down today. The only movement really happening in there is as they discharge the at least 61 people who were arrested last night. Everything, though, very quiet. The police officers out here are very quiet, very serious today. Not your typical Tuesday in Clayton. very busy for them, but something that they're nervous about is how many fires that they are going to have to continue to battle over the next few days. And the one we were just at a little bit ago at the Little Caesars, in fact, that one had a hot spot that started again. So the second they get one out, there's a chance that they will have to go back to it because it's reignited.
Yeah, they certainly.
It's hard to tell even how this fire specifically started. The firefighters said that they were not going to go into this structure originally. In fact, for the last 20 minutes, we've seen a large ladder up over it, spraying water directly in, trying to put out the hot spots. I've heard you and Claire mentioning that there have been different businesses where hot spots have started back up.
Yeah.
But I was at the Little Caesars, also in Ferguson, within the last 2 hours. I spoke with a manager there who was just so upset because he said, you know, the elected officials said that this was not going to happen, that they were going to do what they could to protect the businesses, but there are 25 businesses at least where something like this has happened. So you can imagine how many people this impacts, how many people are out of jobs, and just the mass destruction all through this area. Well, I can tell you the protests have now ended. They ended actually right in front of the Justice Center on Carondelet behind me. And they ended with those protesters actually going down on the ground, one of them standing up, acting like they were shooting each person. I saw a lot of people laying on the ground and crying. Obviously, that was symbolic of what they say happened to Mike Brown 109 days ago. Let's